Hey guys, Atu here. Today we're going to have a look at some gear, some guitars, and answer some of the questions I've gotten from you guys. Starting with, what is this? This is my Ormsby Goliath in a beautiful blue Skyfall finish. Ormsby are an awesome boutique guitar company from Perth, Australia. This is one of their Goliath models, which basically means it's headless and it has a multi-scale fretboard. You're looking at an ebony fingerboard, rock maple neck, and black limber wood for the body. Body's totally chambered, and without the head up top with all the tuning machines on it, you get a lot of weight saved, which makes it super light. It also has an ergonomically shaped body so that I can place it however I like when I'm sitting down with it, and it hangs perfectly balanced when I'm standing on stage. Comes with Ormsby in-house pickups, which means you have 5 pickup selection options, single coil tapping on each pickup or running them together to phase out. Stainless steel frets on this guy and no sharp fret edges to speak of whatsoever. An awesome instrument by the guys over at Ormsby, and if you've seen any of my videos you know that it's got a really versatile range of tones on it, from super heavy to really clean and spanky. So, a couple questions from you guys. Number one, where am I from? I am from the beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. So for the last couple of months we've actually had a bunch of flooding and cyclones. We've basically been underwater half the time, so it's not been that beautiful. Another great question I get all the time is, am I a real guitar teacher? Not exactly sure what that means, but I think the answer is yes. I teach 3 to 4 days a week depending on how busy I am, and I've been doing it for quite a few years now. I really love teaching. I think it's one of the best things that any musician can do. It sharpens you up and it helps spread the love of music, which is really important in my opinion. Next up is my Ormsby Goliath in 8 strings. Pretty much exactly the same thing. Different pickup in the bridge, beautiful natural flame maple top, and obviously it's an 8-string guitar, so it's going to feel pretty different. But the thing I really like about these guitars, and one of the reasons I use them specifically, is because they have a really nice thin neck. I've tried a lot of different headless guitar brands, and I haven't normally been a huge fan of the neck, but on these guys, I really like it. Feels quite flat, feels quite thin. I don't have gigantic hands, so kind of fits me perfectly, right? One of the big differences with this guy is that instead of having multiple pickup selection options, we've got our normal 3 pickup selection and a coil split. A lot of this guitar plays, feels and sounds very similar to my Skyfall guitar, but if you want a full rundown on this one, I actually have got a review from when I first bought this thing on my channel already, so feel free to check it out. Moving on, we've got my Fender JV Modified Series Telecaster in beautiful gold and white. I've had this thing for probably about a year now. Comes with some really awesome pickup options. So 1, 2, 3, 4 way switch with a tap on it for running series and parallel. Soft, it's kind of got an old 50s style soft V neck on it, which gives it a really peculiar kind of feel. Really awesome versatile instrument whenever you need beautiful clean sounds or slightly crunchy math rock sounds. Next up on the block we have a beautiful guitar that actually doesn't belong to me. This is my girlfriend Mandy's. I've been stealing it off her for way too long. I really need to get one of my own, I think. But it has some amazing modifications that make it kind of a one-of-a-kind guitar. This was originally a Mexican-made 50s reissue Strat with the beautiful 50s V neck, but because of his frets were pretty much worn out and the pickups weren't that great, we had Texas Specials placed in with a JB Junior in the bridge and swapped all the frets out for medium jumbo frets, the work of which was done by the wonderful Mr. Glynn here in Auckland, New Zealand. A great luthier and pickup maker who does amazing work. Pretty old school guitar, but with some really awesome little modifications in it. And you can hear it as soon as you play it, kind of just has a vibe, man. So another question I get asked all the time is, what amp do I use? And if you listen to those videos, normally I'll be using a digital amp like Neural DSP's Tim Henson Archetype or the Nolly Archetype. Running the guitar straight into the computer through an interface and running a DAW session capturing my dialogue and capturing the guitars and all the music as well. If it's a really clean tone, I might go for a Vox AC10 or a Vox AC15, but for the most part, I'm normally using these digital amps by Neural DSP because I think they're freaking awesome. Another question I commonly get is, what kind of accent is that? Okay, so I've lived in a couple different places throughout the world in my life, but generally I'd say I have a pretty normal New Zealander accent. The only difference being I've done martial arts my whole life, and all I have to show for it is a busted nose that I can barely breathe out of, which means a lot of the time it sounds like I'm speaking with a mouthful of dirt. Oh yeah, so here's a common one. How do I tune the Ormsby? Right here, dude. Right here. Little knobs at the bridge. Kind of like a Floyd Rose has those fine tuners on the bridge. This guy just has your normal tuning right down here. So you just twist any of these and it adjusts the tension of the string, changes your tuning. Up here, everything's just locked right in. So that's how you tune an Ormsby Goliath, or pretty much any headless guitar, I think. Another one I get pretty often is, do I play in a band? Yes, I play in a band called Enclosures, which is a progressive metal band here in New Zealand that you should definitely check out. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. We recently hit 10,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you enough for that. It's been absolutely awesome. We're probably going to start making these Q&A videos a regular event, so stick around for more, and I'll see you in the next video.